Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I've got this great collection of engraved stickers. They're Christmas themed. They come in silver and gold finishes. There's 20 sheets altogether, and they're from a company called Take Your Time. So I can't wait to show you what I did with them. So come play with us. So let me just quickly shuffle through these so you can see what you've got here. There's silver and gold of each one of these patterns. And you can see this one is ornaments. Beautiful. There's corner ornaments. Silver and gold. And this beautiful reindeer. Some beautiful, I guess, snowflake or star. And then here's some snowflakes. Beautiful little Christmas trees. Little snowmen, snow women. Church and Santa's sleigh and some trees, some ornaments. Here's a little village scene and of course some angels. All right, so let me show you what I did first with that village scene. On this one, we can zoom in, Steve. Here's one where I took my little village scene and I placed some directly. I should mention that this is a slimline card, so it is 8.5 by 3 inches. 8.5 by 3.5 inches wide. I covered that card with gold metallic paper, and then I just cut down a piece of cardstock just a little smaller than that, and then went ahead and I adhered that little village. Here it is in silver. Well, first of all, I took the little village pieces. Here's one that I used. And I just took these little guys and I sort of spaced them out, okay? So here's one with the little, I also liked mixing the silver and the gold on here. Took the little guys with the little deers, put those in the center, and then they've got these little cropping of trees, and I put one here and one here. But I did trim the tree with a straight line so that it would fit nicely on the edge of my card and wouldn't be overlapping. And there's quite a bit of space in between those elements. So then I just took these church piece and then a little piece with right here with the little homes, and I backed those on some white cardstock. What do I mean by backing those? So let me take my church here. Here's one in gold. It shows up a little bit better. I'm just gonna peel this off. And I should show you what these look like just coming off the sheet. So they're clear with this wonderful engraved gold. What is engraved? They have a little bit of a texture on the front of them. All right, so I'm just gonna set this right down on some white cardstock. Want to get it kind of flush with the bottom edge. And then these little scissors are just the thing for cutting out around these. These are very easy to cut around, okay? And if you'll notice here, let's zoom in a little bit, Steve. As I'm cutting, I'm going to keep my scissors in one direction, and then I'm going to sort of move the paper as I'm cutting. I like to call it steering because I feel like I'm steering or driving, and just keeping my scissors in one direction. I'm also cutting towards the back of the blade, not up at the front. You'll notice I never fully snip those. Okay, still sort of steering that paper. Now, not only does that make this process go much more quickly, it keeps me from getting those sort of chopped, sharp angles, okay? Everything just sort of works more smoothly this way. Okay, and as you can see, I mean, I am well practiced at this, but it goes very quickly. Sometimes people get really intimidated by cutting out these stickers, but because you have this nice clear edge, if you cut into that clear edge a little bit, it's no worries. You just want to stay away from the gold parts. There we go. All right, so that's pretty much it. Then I just took some little foam tape, and well, actually before I foam taped that, before I foam taped these two pieces down, I wanted to add a little color to the sky. So I used Prism ink pad. This is Arctic Mist, and we've got some great little blender brushes here. We've got them in actually 2 different collections. One is 4 pieces, one is 3. Both work perfectly well for this process. The 4-piece does have smaller bits to it, which is nice. I just sort of dab that on, and because I'm sort of making sort of blotchy little places, I don't need to pounce the color off on anything else or blot it. I'm just going to go directly on there. Now that would be before I put these pieces on, okay? Then once I've got my color, my sky, and because I did it so spotty, it sort of looks like nice little clouds. Then I went ahead and put some foam tape on the back of these little guys. And then I added a little greeting. So for that, I used these Script Dazzle Christmas greetings. This is a nice little collection because they're not only script like this, but they also have these little tiny words and phrases dazzle stickers. So you get 2 different kinds, 2 different styles with lots of different colors. So I took some of the gold one and did Joy to You on there. So that was actually a really quick and easy card to do. It was very nice. Okay, so let's try another one here. Here is one that, this one I actually used the dazzle stickers, the ornament ones. See if I can find these really quickly. Here we go. I used these ornaments just right off the sheet and then stuck them right here. I liked that these show up equally well on light colors and dark colors of paper. So I put this on some light colored paper, but then I had this big gap between my corners, and I sort of thought that was naked, and I knew I wanted to hang some of the ornaments on there. So I used these great little thin line dazzle little borders, and I used this gold one right here. And I just went right across there with a little bit of that. And then I was able to take some of these ornament stickers. They're dazzles when they're made by hot off the press. They're stickers when they're made by other companies. Here we go. And then I just backed those with a little bit of the orange paper, cut them out in the exact same way. And then this part would adhere because I didn't put any paper behind it. And then the actual ornament part, I did have to put a little bit of glue on there. All right, and then I used, for my paper, the background, this is Christmas Memories paper pack, and I actually made an easel card out of this. So it just props up like that. So how did I do that? I took a 6.5 by 5 inch card, and I folded just the front part of the card, the flap, and I folded that in half. And then I just took another piece of cardstock of the equal size, and I glued that just to the card lower half so that when I stand it up and I can prop it behind something on the inside that has been foam taped, so it gives me a little place to prop that up. So I've covered my card with paper from the Christmas Memories paper pack. And then I also did a little greeting here. This is Sending Love This Christmas from Creative Expressions. And I cut that from tomato red suede paper. And if you've not seen this before, it's actually fabric paper. It has a wonderful texture. It's very velvety, very suede. And just use that with my die cutting machine. And then you can either use sticky specks to put that on, but I just used a little bit of glue, used my fingertip to kind of smear that on the back. And we like to use Cosmic Shimmer Specialist acrylic glue for everything on our cards. We use it to attach the paper to the cards as well. All right, so the next card I've got for you is a little center step card. And this one has our cute little snowman. And on this one, I not only backed them with white cardstock, before that I did some coloring on them. So I'm going to show you how to do that in a moment. The paper pack that I used for that is Cutesy Christmas paper pack, and it has this cute little snowflake paper there. It's also got some striped paper that I added. And you can make center step cards using one of 2 different products here. This is a center step card. They come pre-folded, die cut, everything's ready to go right out of the package, has the cards. These are by Hot Off the Press. Also from Hot Off the Press, if you have a die cutting machine and you love that, this is the center step card cutting die, so you can make as many as you want. So after covering the card and this particular package, on the inside of this little cover sheet, there is a pattern for covering this. And I also used a little circle from the 12 circle and scallop cutting dies, put that on there. And then I was ready to color my little snow people. So let me grab a piece of paper here. And here are my, I like to mix these once again, so I've got a silver one and a gold. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one off the sheet. All right, so if you color from the front, and we like to use tri-blend markers, any kind of alcohol marker, because this is plastic and you want to be able to color on those. You could also use like colored Sharpie markers as well. Those are a permanent alcohol based marker. So for these, you want to make sure that you color from the back of the sticker. If you color on the front, the alcohol in the pen will just lift off the metallic part and then you don't have any details on your sticker. So here's the front. We're going to turn this over. You can still see all your lines and everything. So we're going to be using jade green, blue turquoise, and dark red for coloring this in. So I like to, if you're not familiar with the tri-blend markers, they come in 3 pens in one. Here's the dark shade. Here is the medium shade. And then the light shade, all in one pen. So you can get this great ombre effect, and they're wonderful for blending. So I'm going to start with the dark shade, and I'm going to color in the hat. And yes, you will need to use your finger to sort of keep everything stuck down. Okay, we're going to color in the hat red. And the scarf is going to be red. Now you can go right over where the silver pieces are. You don't have to, just be very careful because all the details are on the other side. So this is just plastic that we're coloring like this. All right, and now I'm going to do a little bit of jade. I like to use the darker shades just because it shows up a little better. Do that little tassel and the mittens. All right, so that's good enough for now. And then we're gonna go ahead and put this on our white cardstock. And see how, maybe we can zoom in a little bit, Steve. See how well those colors just pop against that white cardstock with no problem at all. Steve, could we zoom in? I think he might have fallen asleep. And we're gonna do that same cutting process. There we go. Just going to be cutting around like that. And really, if I was paying attention, I would have just cut that out first. Make that a little easier to cut. All right, and then we're just cutting around just like we did before. And then I went ahead and glued one little guy down and then put a little bit of foam tape behind this one and just sort of overlapped them a little bit. And then I added some really cute, some more of these wonderful dazzles. These are fancy border dazzles in silver. I added those here. Also the little snowflakes that come on the sheet, I added those. And then I just used these wonderful red glitter dazzle stickers. I just took my little sheet here and just embellished everything with that. And here we've got our little jewel picker. If you've not seen that before, it's got this little tacky end right here. It's great for using rhinestones and things like that, but we found that it works brilliantly with our little dazzle stickers. You just touch one of the circles, kind of stir it a little bit to release it from the sheet, and then it lifts right off, okay? And then you can just sort of add that to wherever you would like. So let's go ahead and add that right over the buttons, I think, on here, just to show you how the placement works on that. And you see they just sort of stick right on there. It's a great little tool to have. So as you can see, this is a great little card. It'll just stand up and has a little bit of a dimension to it, which I love. All right, so this last one, I'm going to actually do a little building of a card with you here. All right, maybe we can zoom out on this one, Steve. So we've got, I'm going to build a little scene using those great little reindeer. And I'm going to take my card, which I've already started here, and this is a 6.5 by 5-inch card, and I started out by using a piece of this magnolia blossoms. I wanted this dark blue sort of to be a night sky. Just a little bit of pattern right here on this side of the paper. So I'm going to use that, and then I also used the coordinating cardstock for this. It has wonderful blues and greens in it. So first of all, I covered my whole card with that wonderful blue paper, and then I just took some white cardstock. And it's easy if you just start off with a piece of cardstock that's the exact same size as your card. And then you can just do a little tearing that's going to look like snow. So if you're not comfortable with freehand tearing, it's just very simple. I wanted to start with a little bit of a hill. If you want to, you could take a pencil and you could sort of just do a little drawing about, you know, where you wanted to put it. But I just sort of freehanded that. And you want to tear like you're sliding down a hill, just like that. Okay, so you could have a hill on one side like this, and then you could take this other piece and you could just go kind of like this, and you're overlapping them. Glue those to your card front. Here I had a little piece right here that I just stuck on there, and I don't want that piece to show, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to cover that. I didn't want to waste my little piece of cardstock, and I thought, well, I'll put it on there and then I'll show them how to cover up a little piece that just stops right in the middle. Now I've got my craft mat, and we're actually going to do a little misting using this white ink spray for some snow. Give you that snowy effect. This stuff, you hear a little ball bearing kind of thing in there, you got to stir it up real good. And we're going to mist just this top part really of the card. Kind of want to get a little ways from the top. Woo! There we go. And that's going to just take like no time at all to dry. So in the meantime, to clean up my mess a little bit, because you'll notice it is paint, it is ink rather, and it will dry, and then it's kind of a pain to get off. So take care of that right away. And I highly recommend these craft mats. They save me from having to walk outside my house and mist things. There we go. By the time I get this done, my card should be dry enough to work on. There we go. All right, so now we're going to add some little deer. Here we've got gold and silver deer, and also the little Christmas trees. Okay, so here we've got those, and then I also, where's my other little piece? Here we go. I've also got a little greeting here. This is Winter Wonderland, and it's a little moonstone mini cutting die. I hope I didn't lose my little, yep, nope, there it is. All right, so now I'm going to take my little Cosmic Shimmer glue, and we're just going to glue one of these right here. And I've just taken my trees and I've backed them from that magnolia cardstock. This one has a sort of a mossy green background. Sort of stuck my deer antlers, which are still sticky. And this one's a tan, and this one is sort of a dark brown color. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place those right there. See how it covers up that little bit of snow that just kind of ended right in the middle? I'm not going to glue those down quite yet. Here's another tree in a different color. This one's silver. And then this is one of these little tiny trees, also green. And this one I'm going to put behind. I'm just going to tuck it so it looks like it's way off in the distance. Little trick there. And then here we're going to put this one right here, and we could foam tape that if I had thought to bring some foam tape. Let me see if I've got some. I do not. So this would be the one I was going to foam tape if I was going to do that. This one's a little bit lighter green, and overlapping once again just like that. And then we've got our little Winter Wonderland die cut. This is cut out of silver ripple holographic paper. And just putting little tiny bits of glue. Really you want to get the top edge and the bottom edge, and then just a few little dots of glue along the middle section. Okay, and that's just going to stick down just fine. Okay, and I want to take my darker shade right there, and then you're overlapping the deer as well. Once again, you want to make sure those legs really get some glue there. And then the antlers don't need any glue because those are a sticker. And then here's our little tan deer. And I'm just going to sort of offset that one just a little bit. All right, there we go. And there we've got our sweet little scene there with the little snow coming down. All right, you guys, so we've got a great money saver on all 20 sheets of these. They come in a collection. And if you want to take a look at that money saver, just look on the right-hand side of our screen and you'll see that there. If you're watching us on our Paper Wishes weekly webisode page. Also down below we've got a photo gallery, and below that we have got a product used drop-down menu where you can see everything from the scissors and the glue and the paper packs that I used. And then if you're watching us on YouTube, we haven't forgot about you, so just look below the video and you'll see a link that will take you to the Paper Wishes webisode page, and you'll see everything I just described. And if you like this video, consider giving us a thumbs up. It helps people find our channel, and you might want to subscribe because we do 3 to 5 of these videos a week, and you don't want to miss a thing. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.